Hello and welcome to Around the Best Town. I'm your host, Woodbridge Mayor John McCormick, and today we've taken our show outside of the studio at Town Hall, and we are joined by three of the best student athletes ever in the history of Colonia High School, the Derkack family. 17-year-old Aiden Durak, who's a star for the Colonia team now. 18-year-old Taylor Derkack, who is a freshman redshirting at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and 21-year-old Jordan Derkack, who is a junior at Rutgers University. So all three are stellar basketball players taken after their father, who, if you'll see behind here, is a 1,000-point scorer, fourth highest in Colonia High School history, soon to be beaten by Aiden and already beaten by Taylor. We'll get into that in a minute. So let me start with Aiden. You just had a terrific game, but more importantly, 4 days ago, Thursday, you eclipsed the 1,000-point scoring mark in only your second game of your senior year. Tell me how that turned out.
I mean, it was great. We played Piscataway that game, ended up winning by 25. It's an honor to be up there with my sister and my dad. So now it's road to 2K to catch her.
Catch her. So that was going to go over that. So you got 22 and change. Where's your banner, by the way?
I don't know. You have to ask the athletic director.
Wrong. You did it a year ago. You don't have a banner yet.
I know. Yeah, I think it's coming soon.
All right. So your goal is to take over the family lead and become the all-time leading Derkack scorer.
Yes, definitely.
So tell me about the team this year. You had a big win over Colonia today, your Colonia, over Woodbridge today. You tough half, 3 points either way, and then boom. Your dunk leading off the third quarter seemed to spark the team, and you went on a big run and won it by 20. Tell me about the game.
Yeah, I mean, our team is great. On any given night or day, there could be a different leading scorer, a different leading rebounder, a different leading assist. So it's great to have depth so everyone could contribute in the game.
And last year you were the GMC Player of the Year as a sophomore. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, awesome too. I think the only person who got it was my uncle, and actually my brother got it his last year. So again, it's an honor to be there with two of my family members.
Pretty cool. Who's your uncle?
Justin Derkack. He played here for, again, four years.
Okay.
Yeah, GMC Player of the Year too.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
Now, you've been recruited. When did you start getting recruited? Like 8th grade?
Yeah, I got my first offer before I started my first high school game from Merrimack. So that was awesome to get my
first offer. You got some connections there, I heard.
A little bit, yeah.
How do you get an offer before you played your first game? And you did too, I'm sure, but let's get into that later. How do you get an offer before you played your first high school game? I know you're known as a star, but I mean, that's taking an awful big chance on a kid who's not even a freshman player yet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I got some good genetics from being related to these two and my father and mother, but this AU scene now going all over the country every single summer. So going there is a bunch of coaches there, so that's where all the coaches see me, and in high school too.
And there's a rating for high school players, and you're literally rated the 46th best player right now in the country as a junior in Colonia High School in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Man, how in the world does that make you feel?
I mean, it is amazing. All these other kids are going to prep schools, private schools, but I'm happy to stay home, play with my best friends. So that's great. Lead them to a GMC and state championship. So that's awesome to be here.
I would bet that after your sophomore year, a lot of the people from a lot of the private schools are reaching out to you, trying to get you to transfer.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them, yeah.
That's incredibly admirable that you stayed here with your friends.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Terrific. So do you have a chance of growing more? Do you think you've grown all you're going to grow as only a junior?
I mean, I definitely am not done yet with growing, so hopefully I could get as tall as possible, yeah.
But what's your dad? A little shorter than you, a little taller than you?
Yeah, I think he's around 6'6", maybe a little bit smaller.
And you're a little bigger than 6'6" now?
Yeah, I would say I'm 6'7".
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now let's talk about Taylor Derkack, who is, as I said, an 18-year-old freshman at UMass Amherst. First of all, why UMass Amherst? Tell me about that.
Honestly, I think it was more the people. The assistant coach at UMass who recruited me ended up being the head coach, and there was a lot of coaching movement. So 2 other of the assistant coaches at different schools came to UMass. So I got recruited by all the coaches at UMass. It's a great place. The facilities are amazing. The food is amazing. But altogether, I think it was just people, everything about it was amazing, and I'm glad to be there.
So the connection with the coaches, that's if they're going to stay 4 years, you're going to stay 4 years. That's invaluable.
Yeah, yeah. They all came together, and I had relationships with them for years and years, getting recruited from the different schools. So when everyone came together, it was kind of the only option.
All right, let me give you some of your stats. You had 2,062 points in your career. I think that's the most in the whole township, men or women. I don't think a man's ever had 2,000 points.
I don't know.
I can't think of any.
Yeah.
I know, I'm looking at here is nobody. I'm picturing Kennedy, and Jorgensen's the leader there, and he had about 1,600. I don't think he had 2,000. He only played 3 years, so it was hard.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking in Woodbridge, I can see the wall, and I don't think anybody there had 2,000.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Brittany Washington, for a female, had about 1,600, but you passed her,
Yeah.
and now you have the all-time lead. How long are you going to hold the lead? 2 more years?
Probably one.
That's what I'm driving at. That's what I'm
Probably one.
So if you've got, now you had 28, so you needed 6 plus 12. You have 1,018 right now, the way I calculated.
Yeah.
So to get to 2,062, you need to have obviously a great career. Got to have a long run in the playoffs.
Yep.
Got to have a long county run. Got to have a long state run. Get a lot of games in. You up for it?
Most definitely.
What's it going to be like when you ultimately, if you do, and I'm not taking sides here, what's going to happen if you ultimately do?
A lot of bragging rights in our household, so that's going to be great.
So that brings me to the next question. When you beat your dad's record of 1134, what was that dinner table like?
He was upset for a while, but I think he was glad that I passed it. If anyone to pass him, I think he was glad I did.
But he had 1134, which, don't get me wrong, is great. But you've had 1134 like third, fourth game of your junior year.
I think he knew I was going to.
He better have.
Yeah.
So 2,062 points, 1,247 rebounds, 500 some odd steals, 200 some odd blocks, 400 some odd assists, all in 102 games. You're the all-time leading scorer, like I said, in all of Woodbridge Township. So let me read a few more things. 3-time first team All-Division, 3-time first team All-Conference, first team All-State honors, Home News Tribune GMC Player of the Year, and NewJersey.com Player of the Year. All kinds of AAU tournament wins. Are you better than your father was?
I mean, if you asked me, I would say yes.
All
But
right.
if you asked him, he probably would say no.
What do you guys think?
She's definitely better.
I got no dog in the fight.
All right, you're taking a big chance there. So tell me about your injury at UMass. In practice, you hurt yourself?
Yeah, right before official practices started, I tore my ACL, so I would be out for the whole year.
Okay, is there something I've heard a lot about? They say females and ACLs is a fairly common injury.
Yeah, it's really more common in women than it is
Yeah,
men.
why is that?
I think just like hormones and all that kind of different stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
That's where you lose me. I can't help you with that one. Next up, we have Jordan Derkack, age 21, who played 2 years at Merrimack and then transferred to Rutgers University. First of all, I remember you from Colonia Shares. Is that what it was called?
Colonia Cares.
Colonia Cares. In the pandemic,
Yep.
you were part of a dozen or so students that collected gift cards, collected food, drove around. I mean, here you are starring on the basketball team, and you're out there helping people.
Yeah.
Tell me why you did that.
Yeah, that was obviously a special time. I'm happy to be a part of that. Those are my closest friends. Those dudes I hang out with every day. One of those dudes is actually at this game today. I actually picked him up for this game.
Oh, yeah?
He's right behind the camera right there. But incredible feeling to help people out. That's the main goal around here. Basketball is important, but I want to set an example for myself on and off the court. So
And for your siblings and for the
Absolutely,
people you
yeah.
play with and for the kids who play now.
Yep.
So you got a Colonia High School, 13.6 points, 7.0 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and 2 steals as a senior, one of the best players in the conference, all GMC. You had your stellar career by yourself, but had you not played during COVID, you probably would have had 1,000 points yourself. The way I
Yeah,
feel.
it would have been interesting for sure.
So how many games did you miss? A dozen, 15, 18?
Probably 15 to 18 games I missed my senior year.
So if you're averaging 13 and a half points for those games, you add it up, you're pretty much right there at 1,000 points.
Yep.
So
very
as
close.
it is, you're probably the only father, son, daughter combination in, I don't know, the state?
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably not the only one, but I mean, who else can have a father, son, and daughter, each with 1,000 points?
Not much.
Yeah.
Probably,
many.
probably the Tominskis. Tominskis are probably getting close.
Tominskis are probably close.
But that's mother, father, daughter.
Yeah, and then there's another one on the way.
yeah.
Oh, who?
There's a little one on the
Bobby
way.
Joe.
Bobby Joe's on
Oh,
the way.
right.
Yeah.
But that's, you got a father, daughter, brother, daughter, son.
Yeah.
A little bit different, but
Yeah.
so they have 3 on the way to 4.
Yep.
So now you went to Merrimack first. Tell me about. Did you go first one year?
I did a prep school after high school.
Okay.
I ended high school with no offer, so I took the prep school route. I went out there, made some really good friends. Met some really good coaches. And they set me up to go to Merrimack, where I paid my dues for 2 years. I was coached by really good coaches over there, and they put me in the position to transfer over, and they were happy for that. I had multiple conversations with them, and they were happy that I was going to make the change to go play high major basketball, and that's what I did.
So you were NEC Player of the Year, NEC Defensive Player of the Year, led the team with 17.7 points a game, 6 rebounds, 3.9 assists. You started every game your career. Total average 12 points, 5 rebounds. I mean, amazing stats. And then you decided to enter the portal, and then Rutgers looked at you, or did you decide to look at Rutgers?
Yeah, I entered the portal, right after my sophomore year. I had a big year, and in the portal, it kind of gets crazy because coaches are calling your number's into a database, and coaches can see that, and they can call you whenever. So my phone was kind of off the hook for a little bit, and then once Rutgers called, I kind of narrowed it down to a couple schools. Figured out that Rutgers was going to be the best option for me, and winded up coming there.
Did you ever think that Rutgers would call you?
I didn't know who was going to call me in the portal. I just kind of went with the flow. The first day was interesting. I probably got 100 calls in the portal that first day.
100 calls.
Yeah, it was. My phone was hot. My phone was hot for sure.
So did you answer them all?
I tried to answer them, and if I was on the phone with somebody else, I tried to get back to as many as possible. But it was kind of impossible in that time. But I did my best, and Rutgers was the ultimate decision.
So from no offers after Colonia to over 100 offers 3 years later, you had to just advance your game unbelievably those years you were at the prep school and 2 years at Merrimack.
Yeah, I attribute that success to the coaches. They really helped me out. I had some really good coaches out at Spire Institute in Ohio, and then at Merrimack College. And after my freshman year, my coach really gave me the reins, kind of let me do. He knew that I could play off my instincts, and that's the best way for me to play. So he kind of let me do what I can do on the court, and I'm happy for that.
And now you go to Rutgers. I mean, I just don't know if you realize how great that sounds to have a Colonia High School kid playing for Rutgers University. So you go there, you've played 9 games, started 7 games. You came out like gangbusters the first game. You were a defensive madman. You were all over the court, made an instant first impression on everybody that game. And you've been starting most of the games. You're averaging 7.6 points, 5.3 rebounds in 25 and a half minutes with 27 assists. And you scored 16 points against Notre Dame. So again, you're a starter for a college in your backyard. Kids dream about that, and you're living the dream.
Yeah, I think that, I'm trying to set an example, like I said before, for kids, not just them two, but kids in this area that, you could do it. Doesn't matter, what you look like or where you're from, who you're playing for. But, you can, if you put your mind to something, you can get it done.
Have you gotten any calls from the Colonia team now? This is different because your brother's on it, but do you do anything, or you will, I'm sure, do things with youth leagues and, come talk to kids, come go to games? I'm sure people are going to look at you and try to get you out to help their teams and their kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, I don't want to treat this as, I'm coming in to help kids out. I think, I like being around. I like when, I know the kids know me. I'm not trying to be, the guy that stops in, takes pictures of everybody. I want to be the guy that comes in, teaches kids.
Right.
I want to be personable with everybody. So, I'm happy to have the opportunity to do that.
What's your major?
Right now, I'm in human resource management. Next year, I'll be transferring over to the business school.
Okay, good. Take an accounting class. It's a great future.
Trying.
Might become mayor someday.
Maybe.
No hurry,
We'll see.
no hurry. What's
We
your
will see.
major?
Psychology.
Good. Can you figure out what's wrong with me?
Maybe soon.
All
Give me
right,
4
good.
years.
How about you? Any thoughts?
No clue. Hopefully one and done.
Well, you're only a junior of high school, so there's no rush. So now you're playing with 2 of the players that are among the top 3 recruits in the whole country.
Yep.
Right? Ace Bailey and Harper. What's Harper's first? Dylan?
Dylan.
All right. So What's it like playing with two guys who are that good and that internationally known? What's it like?
Yeah, I think I think the best thing about them is they're good kids and they're good teammates. I don't really, the first day maybe you're kind of walking practice and you're like, oh, these kids are good. But, at the end of the day, they're my friends first, they're my teammates first, before they're these high recruits. I'm happy to get out there with them. They can hit tough shots. They put me in a really good position a lot. So, I'm happy that, we have those guys on our team.
So they're just regular guys who happen to be good at basketball.
Yeah, I think that's how everybody is. As you get, good at basketball, you're still just a normal kid everybody's got to live the same way. Everybody's got to, bleed the same blood. So, that's how it goes.
So tell me about the Rutgers year so far. I think it's been obviously up and down. I mean, Kennesaw, what happened?
Yeah, we took a chance. We have two kids that live right around the corner from Kennesaw. One of them's Ace Bailey, the other one's Jermichael Davis. We wanted to give them sort of a homecoming game. People Division I high majors don't do that much. The lower major teams usually come to them, but we took a chance. We went out there and they're a super talented team. They had that place packed out. We just gave one up that day, but we're working every day to get better. We're striving for the better days.
You did somebody a favor. You're walking into the Lions Den and it didn't work out.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. You're going to lose games. Not everybody hasn't been an undefeated basketball team in college in a very, very long time.
Right.
So you're going to lose games. Just how you bounce back from it.
Well, Rutgers in '76 was undefeated until the Final Four.
Yep.
But that's long gone now. So how about Princeton, a point to Princeton? That was a rough one too.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying our best. We did a good job. Coach did a good job in the scout. We knew what to expect, and we weren't surprised by anything. They were the better team that day, and that's kind of how it went.
How's the conference look when you start getting all those conference games in?
It's obviously Big Ten super competitive. Anybody can win it this year. We got 4 new teams from out west that are joining the Big Ten this year. So it'll be interesting. We got to go out there for 2 games. We'll be out there for a week. But we're excited for this opportunity, man. We got obviously super talented dudes. We got some old dudes, some young dudes. So we're excited to get out there.
So tell me, your dad obviously was a super athlete, basketball. Your mom also was volleyball or soccer?
Soccer.
Soccer. Okay, So she was a letter athlete in high school.
Yeah.
What's it like? When did you pick up a basketball for the first time?
Man, they probably picked it up a little bit before me because I was put it in their hands earlier. But I would say probably 4 or 5 years old.
So you played Mayor's Trophy.
Yep.
I remember you being in the finals and probably an MVP. Same thing with you. You were always in the Mayor's
Yeah.
Trophy. I remember you at this court when you would play, and you'd be a little kid, and as soon as the halftime buzzer rang, you were out there picking up a ball and shooting it like mad, and you had to get kicked off the court when the second half was starting.
Did that a lot when they were playing, yeah.
Did you have a court in your backyard?
We didn't have one growing up. We moved into a house a couple years ago that had a court in the backyard, so we're blessed for the opportunity as well.
So is your love for basketball because your father had that influence on you? And did he pressure you to play ball? Did he really want you to play ball like he did? What was it like growing up with a guy who was a 1,000-point scorer? Were you doomed from the beginning to be basketball stars, whether you wanted to or not?
Yeah, I think genetically speaking, we knew we were going to be tall, so we knew that basketball was going to be an option for us. I never felt pressured to play basketball. I played a lot of sports growing up. We're obviously super competitive kids. So
noticed.
We were playing whatever we could, and whatever we were playing, we were trying to win. Basketball is kind of what, for me at least, what I loved and what I continue to do every single day. So,
tell me about UMass, the team. How good is it, and where can it go in the next couple of years?
UMass this year we're good. Last year they had a rougher season, but this year we got new girls, transfers, the freshmen. So far we're doing good. I mean, there's ups and downs, lose some, win some, but overall I think we're a good team. We have really good chemistry all together. And I think the next few years will be good. We have a great coaching staff. They do a great job recruiting. They do a great job working with us, watching film and all that. So I think it'll be a good next few years to come.
How about your team this year? 3-0. Today's game wasn't the best game Colonia basketball's ever played. It was kind of sloppy, both sides. But you're 3-0.
Yeah, I think same thing as her. There's a lot of ups and downs. Obviously, we haven't lost a game yet. We are 3-0. But yeah, we have some great games coming up, so it's gonna be fun games to play. And as I said before, we have a lot of depth and we could play
Certainly do.
8 to 10 guys. So that's awesome for the young guys to step up, play a bunch of minutes, and that's going to help us over the next few years too.
What's it like watching your little brother play in a game today?
When I can, that's part of the reason why, I kind of came home. I wasn't able, at Merrimack, I kind of wasn't able to get home to watch these games. And, now, again, I can be 25 minutes away from home, drive in and get to these games. It's a incredible experience, obviously, a win's a win today, so I'm excited we figured that out. But again, like he said, Colonial basketball is growing as the days go on. Obviously this year it's going to be a really exciting year, but we're really excited for the next couple of years.
What's it going to be like when you first see your sister playing for UMass?
Man, I can't wait. Whatever she does, whatever she puts her mind to, she can accomplish. So I'm excited for this. This injury is just part of her journey. She's gonna fight through that, and I'm excited for her.
And what's it like? Have you been to some games at Rutgers, obviously?
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough. Our schedule works, so I think I've been to probably 3 or 4 games. But it's great to watch him again at Merrimack. Like when we were here, it was kind of hard to get up just because it was a little further. But I'm really glad he got home. He's been gone for a long time, so I'm glad that all my family gets to go to all the games and watch. And again, we all knew that Jordan wanted to play at a high level when he was growing up. So the fact that he's there now, I think we're all really proud of him, and I'm really excited that I get to go to most of his games.
And how about you watching your big brother play?
I go to every game I could go to. I love to watch him play. It's great to have a connection to a close college team. So yeah, it's awesome to watch him play.
It's Rutgers University, man. It's right here. You're starring for Rutgers University.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
So anything else you guys want to add? This is a terrific interview. Anything else you want to say about your mom, your dad, school, family, anything else?
I got something.
Go ahead.
One, I think my mom is the best athlete in the family.
Okay. Tell me why.
I think, she gets overlooked a lot, because my dad played here. She's not from New Jersey. She was born down south. She kind of moved her way up.
Okay.
And her and my dad met in college. She was a soccer player. She played field hockey and soccer in high school, was really good at both. And then she wound up playing soccer in college. So I think, she's the best athlete in this family, and nobody even knows it.
If they probably had women's professional soccer there, she'd be the first one to,
I think
Where'd you go to college?
She went to Florida International as well.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about
I got one more thing,
Go
too.
ahead. You're good, man. This is easy.
We got, obviously, Aiden, showed that he can, dunk the ball today. I think, everybody wants him to dunk more because it gets the crowd going. Taylor, can't dunk because she's,
now anyway.
she knows. Because of her knee, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You
if
could
her
have
knee
before
was,
this or no?
Yeah,
if her knee was fine, she would have been all
real,
right.
I'm serious. I don't know if you could
No, I
dunk.
can't.
I never saw you dunk.
I wish, but no.
I saw you
can't.
play some mean games. So you got Chiara. You had Chiara. They're right across the street from you. Great
Yeah.
family. Your parents are best friends. It's got to be pretty cool playing with people you're that close to.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, from a young age, we were playing when we were, 4 years old with them. Like, at such a young age, we played Colonia travel, school basketball, Colonia. So it was really fun watching them after playing with Maddie for probably over 12 years. It's fun watching them have the dynamic duo thing going on. But obviously, Maddie's doing great at Willie P. It's hard not to play with her just because it's been such a long time that I haven't, but she's doing great. I'm really proud of her, and I think we are very excited to watch them continue the legacy.
And you with Dylan now, he's your guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. He knows exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what he's going to do. So it's great to have that mental connection with him, that we just know what each other are going to do.
And the fact that your parents are close and you socialize outside the court really has to mean something to the whole family relationship.
Yeah, we have been best friends since our parents were best friends. Obviously, my dad and Chris went to Colonia together. They played together. My mom and Sandy, they met. So our whole families have been close throughout the years. We've done holidays together. Now that they moved, there were neighbors with them. So I think it's just really good to have like a family like that, someone who is close to us and we consider family. But growing up with them has been amazing, especially playing basketball. But outside of it, like, we're like a family. We're really close. We do everything together. So it's been really fun to have them around.
So you're at Rutgers, you're at UMass, you're going to go wherever you go. Who's going to have more points in college?
I don't know.
It's going to be a close one, but probably.
I think I got him.
Probably you.
Yeah.
Unless I'm only there for 1 year.
To go pro?
Yeah.
Where are you going to go pro?
Hopefully after one year.
You're
Hopefully.
going to go 1 year and declare for the draft.
We'll see what happens.
All
but
right.
That's my goal.
That's bold. That's
Yeah.
bold. How about you? What are you going to do next?
You know, I'm gonna finish out college. I'm gonna graduate with a degree, and then you know I'll try my best to play professional basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say somewhere maybe. I mean,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do my best. I'm gonna be working out, and then ultimately I want to coach at a college level. So.
Oh, really?
Yep. So I'm excited for that as well.
All right. How about you?
If I get the chance, I would like to play professional. If not, I would like to take my degree and do something in sports psychology. But yeah.
Well, you're from a great family. You've got great friends. You've played in great programs here in Colonia. You're in a great program. You're in a great program. You're going to be in a great program. So it seems to me like you've done everything right with your career so far to be where you are now after being outright bona fide stars at Colonia High School. I think that's tremendous. So, folks, we're here wrapping up with Aiden Durak, Colonia High School junior, Taylor Derkack, UMass freshman, redshirting after playing a stellar career at Colonia High School, and Jordan Derkack, Merrimack for 2 years, prep school for 1, and now starring for Rutgers University. It doesn't get any better of a basketball family than the Derkack family, especially when you throw in the dad who has 1,134 points playing for Colonia High School. He played at Florida International. And as you heard Jordan and the others say, the mom is the best athlete of all of them, soccer player also at Florida International. You can't be this good without mom and dad having the right genes and putting them together to produce 3 outstanding basketball players, but also 3 outstanding people, 3 terrific human beings that care about others more than they care about themselves. You heard them talk today. They're a wonderful family, and it gives me great pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to you for half an hour on Around the Best Town. Thanks for watching, folks.